Hey, Mommy Mondays. I am so excited that I am home with my mommy. I made it here safely with all four kids. Road trip. Thank you guys so much for your patience with me today as we were doing all the things and having all the feelings and emotions, but we've made it here safely and video is ready to rock and roll. So, as always, welcome to Mommy Mondays. We're on our last. Series, our last video on the month of mothers. And today we have the distinct privilege of having Christiana from Nigeria with us today. And it's very important for you to listen to her story because the media, of course, will have a certain picture portrayed about Africa and Nigeria, but we get to sit down with a mom actually living, raising her child in Nigeria to see what the real story is like. So, if as always, let us know who's here, comment in the chats. We love hearing from you guys, and just tell us what you think about the experience raising your child in Nigeria and possibly where you are now. So, without further ado, here,
Gabriella,
Christiana.
thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And you, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay in mommy mode and work mode right now.
Mommy more
So
too.
yes, she is so cute. Can you tell the people how old she is?
Just 7 months old. Her name is Gabriella.
Gabriella. Big ups to new mommy. Whoop whoop.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm so excited to have you on Mommy Monday. Tell the people about yourself, where you're from, how your journey is becoming a mom, your journey in becoming a general practitioner. Tell us.
Okay. So my name is Christiana Bello. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a medical doctor. Nigeria is like from West Africa. Then I'm married, a baby girl. So yeah. Okay. So being a mom, the journey so far it has been a beautiful and a challenging experience. Beautiful in the sense that, having a human gift, I think that's just a bit
Yeah.
pretty. It's a difference when you have someone gets you a car or phone or a bag or shoe, but a human, a gift that's in human form. I think the joy, yeah, the joy is just unexplainable. I think you just have to be a mom to be able to understand the joy. No matter how I explain it, I don't think I can really explain it fully. So yeah, it's just beautiful. Waking up every morning, seeing her smiling at me, bonding and everything. It's just wonderful. I thank God for that. Then the challenging experience. The first
That part.
that part. The first 3 months. Oh my God, a sleepless night, exhaustion, you know, and it wasn't easy. I think it was just the grace of God because I exclusively breastfed my baby.
Yeah.
I yeah, I usually encourage patients to do that. So I mean, it's my turn. I had to do it. If not,
Right.
I'm
You
just
take
going
your
to
own
be like the
advice.
people. Yes, I need to take my own advice. At some point, I'm like, oh my God, are you sure? I can do it. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to stop. But I think God just saw me through. My baby wasn't latching at at the beginning. At first, I started with Nan at the beginning when she couldn't latch, but I knew I wanted to do exclusive. There's baby food. We call it Nan here. So
You call it
we
what?
Nan. It's
Non?
all this formula feed, yeah, baby formula milk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's one they call Nan. There are different type. The one I used was Nan. So I
Okay.
started the first 2 weeks, and then I told my mom. My mom came visiting. She came. So I told her, okay, I'm going to start exclusive breastfeeding. And she was like, oh, what is there? I didn't do it for you people. You turn out well. Are you not a doctor? So don't need to do it. I'm like, I need to. I need to. It's very good. So it was so when I had to be pumping, expressing, pumping, expressing. So at that time it wasn't really easy. Then waking up in the night to pump and breastfeed her. So I think a month later she was now able to latch well on my breast. So the stress reduced, but then it still continued. It's just the sleepless night. I think is thank God my mom came. It kind of helped, but still, it was still stressful.
Yeah, because
But
it's
still
still your
stressful.
body. It's still your body still
Yeah,
having to make energy and adjust and hormones. Like
yeah,
these are the things, and I must say, I'm so happy that you're saying this because I think sometimes we can feel like it's just me that goes through, but to know that you're on the other side of the world
yeah.
with
Oh,
the
it's
same
the same
thing.
everywhere.
Ex-
Everyone passed through that phase. As
Yes.
long as
So
you're a woman, you just have to pass through it. I mean, baby have to wake up in the night and eat. So you just have to be awake. Baby can't be awake and just sleeping, except well, you have someone who is assisting and all that. Yeah. But
yeah.
either way, it's still a challenging experience. But to God be the glory. She's 7 months now. I'm done with exclusive breastfeeding. So she gets to eat semi-solid food and all that. But I still breastfeed also probably till a year and then maybe I'll stop. But she gets to eat other things. So the pressure is not too much on my body anymore.
Yes, that makes it makes a difference because it's like you're always cooking, you're always burning energy, you're always
Yes, yes,
and you still gotta take care of everything else. It's a
yes,
lot.
the house, you have to do other things too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm excited because that was one thing I wanted to kind of journey on with this project of Month of Mothers. It's kind of like what part is normal of motherhood and what part sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we can feel like, man, I'm so tired. I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. I love my baby so much. I wouldn't change anything. So, one thing I appreciate what you're saying, especially because you're a new mom and you're a doctor, to hear you say, yeah, no, being tired, being frustrated, though you love your baby, all these things, other things is normal to feel.
Yes.
So I appreciate that a lot. So when you decided to become a doctor, did you already have in your mind that you wanted to be a mother?
Oh, yeah, of course. that
Yeah. Does
that has
that
been there from the beginning. It has never been a thought like a doubt or anything. No, it has always been there. I know I've always been mom.
you want to be a mom?
I've never doubted it, not for once.
I know that is that normal like in Nigeria, is it automatic that all females are expected to have children or is it just your personal choice? Like you didn't feel any pressure from your culture to have children?
Oh, I think it's normal. It's expected, let me put it that way, because it's
Okay.
normal. So if you say, "Oh, I don't want to give birth, I don't want to be a mom," the question is, and then, who's going to marry you? That's the next thing, because I think almost every man here wants a child. Is it almost? I think every man wants a child or children. So if you say you don't want children, I think they're just going to say, okay, that means you don't want to get married. If, in fact, if you say I don't want to be a mother, at the back of everyone's mind, it's just going to mean that oh, she doesn't want to get married. So it's just
Ah.
yeah. I think that's just like it's just an expectation. Let me put it that way. So it's going to be odd when someone says, "Oh, I don't want to be a mom." Like, are you okay? Are you sure? Like, why? It's
For
just
sure.
normal. Like, you're a woman. That's one of the reasons why you were created. That's how it is here. Yeah. So it's good. It's just going to be odd if you say you don't want to get to be a mother. It's
That's
going to be odd.
interesting. So then, because I know, like with the demands of being a doctor, is high demand. Do you? How would like a work life balance? Like I know, are you on maternity leave right now still?
Yeah, I was working in a private hospital. So, yeah, so I'm trying to change. So I
Okay.
already applied to a different place. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them to call the moment they call. And yeah, I didn't want to
Okay.
just continue with the other side.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yeah.
Because what I'm curious is, in your culture, it's expected for women to have children. So then, how does it work with you being a doctor? Like, do they give you grace on
Okay.
the job to be a mom?
Okay. Yeah, usually you're giving maternity leave, probably like 3 months after delivery. usually 3 months after delivery, then you resume work.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have 3 months to do whatever you want to do, get prepared, look for probably a daycare or look for a nanny to be around you. There's some women who have nannies. I remember when I was doing my internship, my house job, some doctors that had children or they just gave birth and then they're returning back to work. They come along with their nanny. So the nanny is usually with the baby, though not at the probably in the core room or in a separate place. So when they want to breastfeed the baby, they just excuse themselves, go and do that, and come back. So yeah.
That's so your nanny comes with you to work.
I
Or
for the one I experienced, the nanny came to work with her. Though that's if depending on the environment, there are places where it won't be permitted. Yeah, yeah,
oh,
but there was a call room at that time, so the lady just used the opportunity that was available. But other than that, usually your nanny would be with your baby at home, or if you have a mom that can be with your baby, or a sister, or someone that would just help you out. Yeah,
do you guys have daycares?
yeah, we do. There's that
Okay.
option too.
Like
So if you, there's option for daycare too.
okay, cool. So like would you say in your culture is it more customary to first try to find family to put the child with or a nanny, or do most people just automatically go to daycare?
I think it's just depending on what you have. Some people have family members around. You use the family members. Those that don't have family members are now left with the choice of having a nanny or using daycare. So that's it. But if you're staying in a place where your family is around you, why not? You just in fact that would be better. I mean, it's better to have your family taking care of your baby than a total stranger. I think you'd be more
Yeah.
comfortable when it's your family than someone else. You know, so that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's like that's somebody that you trust. Um,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking like here in the United States, generally speaking, most of us don't live near family. Most of the time when we're 18, we're just like
yeah, yeah.
ah! And so our first thought is a stranger would be taking care of your child. Um, so I think that's really awesome that you're doing that. So and the fact like I never thought about getting a nanny to be near where I work so I could stop nurse then, you know what I mean? Like that's an awesome option.
That's yeah, another option too. Or having or using a daycare close to where you work. If that's also very good too.
Yeah, in the building. So when you
Yeah.
go back to work, how would your work life balance be?
Hmm. So there are times when we work, usually we close around 4, 5. So your nanny can be at home taking care of your baby, and then you come back. I think the challenge will be when you're on call.
Okay.
When you're on call, you have to stay till the next day. After working till like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then you have to remain in the at work till the next day, and
Uh-huh.
then continue till the closing of that second day. So I think
Yeah.
that's where the challenge will be. So it's either since it's at night, maybe your nanny can come with your baby, but that's if you're going to be free. If the Yeah, if it won't be the situation at that moment will not be stressful, there are not much patients, or else the nanny will just be at home taking care of the child throughout the night till whenever you come back home. That's just it.
How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna personally do it? Like when you're on call, are you gonna have like your husband or your mom?
Well, at the moment, well, my husband is not always around, but usually if he's around, fine. It will be easier if it's him compared
Mhm.
to yeah. But at the moment, I'm just when I resume, I already consider using a nanny since my husband is not always around. Yes,
Okay.
so I consider
Really?
using yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. So whenever I'm on call, it's depending. I just look at the working environment. If it's permissible, and I'll tell my nanny to come with the baby, or else I just have to stay like that till when
Yeah.
I come back home.
making it work, especially with your goal to nurse until she's 1. I think that's so awesome that you're doing that. Here, like we had recently a formula shortage. Have y'all had anything like that over there?
No, not shortage. Except the price might increase, but there's
Okay.
different types. We have different types. So,
Okay. Yeah, it was crazy here. Like people were
wow,
freezing breast milk, drying it, sending it to some people like they had no
wow,
formula on the shelf. It was
wow. I don't know if I don't think I've ever heard of a news like that here. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I've not heard for me
it
like
makes sense. It makes sense that it's an American thing because we also almost ran out of toilet paper.
as weird.
It was crazy
Wow.
when COVID hit,
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
happened.
yeah.
People went crazy and bought up all the, and so I'm like, okay, Americans. That's how we do.
Yeah, ours was face masks. Those
Oh, I read.
disposable face masks. Oh my god, it was no longer available. So
Dang.
at some point, people we had to start like sewing. People were sewing face masks, like making handmade face masks and selling.
We had something similar. We ran out of masks, so people started wearing underwear on their face. That was a
Oh
good
my
time. Like
god, that was
thongs.
really sad. That was a really sad experience. That COVID period. Thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, that's just. We don't
Yeah.
pray for anything like that to happen again at all.
Yeah, because that was definitely scary. And I think some things still kind of linger in your mind, um, in the sense of how valuable family is.
Yeah, yeah,
That is a huge thing, that I think we took
yeah.
for granted, and I'm hoping that we never go back to that.
Yeah.
Um,
I can
you
imagine
know,
someone just staying alone without having family during that period. Oh my God, that
yeah,
that would be very depressing.
yep, it was challenging. And then there was a lot of like just even moms that
Yeah,
really never had to be with their kids all the time. And so it was a struggle. Like, how do I manage my child without help and without daycare?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so a lot of people were losing it. I was losing it. Like, oh my, somebody take these kids. I can't.
I was still single then, so I was just my father's house with my family. So it wasn't really stressful. At least we get to spend more time together.
This is true. Um, but if
Yeah.
it's okay, I wanted to ask you, are there any government assistance or government programs or support, that Nigeria has for you when you become a mom?
Government program.
Huh?
Not, I haven't heard of any.
No?
I think it just no, not really. No, 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 no,
No?
no.
What
It just
about when
I think it's just if you're working, then you get maternity leave, and then that's in a government setting, like as a public servant, right? So you
okay.
can have maternity leave and you're being paid while on leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so
But
that's
that's
it.
it.
I think for the but anything other than that, not too sure. Not really.
Not okay, no, no. I'm just kind of curious because earlier you had mentioned that you'll take a 3 months maternity leave, and I was just curious if that was paid. Is it like a percentage of your paycheck, or is it 100%?
Like I was working in a private hospital, so I didn't really get anything.
So it depends upon the job.
So if I was working in a government setting, I would have been getting something. So that's I'm like, no, I'm not going back. I think I need to switch. Yeah,
Yes,
I
for
just have to switch.
sure.
Yeah,
Because that's scary because just because you have a baby now, you don't have any income.
yeah, something like that.
That's like states too. We don't have anything government. The only thing that government says is um, they can't fire you. You could take something called Family Medical Leave Act, which will hold your spot for 12 weeks, but
Yes.
it doesn't give you any money.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I was curious. I was talking to I'm from Hungary. Actually, where Tegan is. Uh, they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
3 years paid.
3. Like, like you don't got to work for 3 years, or what do you mean?
3 years paid maternity leave.
Wow.
And she said I think like it decreases like a little bit over the years, the 3 years. But she said at one point she was making more money on maternity leave than what she was making as a teacher.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
So I don't know,
Wow. That's
Christiana.
interesting.
We
Everyone
might
wants
have
to
to.
be a mom there. Like, oh
Yeah,
my God.
exactly. I was like, girl, I was like, move over. Me and
What?
Christiana, we about to
So
come to
what
Hungary.
happens? So what happens when you get pregnant again within that 3 years?
And I don't know what the benefit would be if you got pregnant again,
Okay.
but I wouldn't do that. I would wait the three
I
years,
think there
then
will
have
be
another.
conditions. Yeah, you're just going to chill with that. Just relax that 3 years. Ah,
And
I think it's better. You get to spend more time with your child, train your child well. I mean, first 3 years is very important.
get healthy, heal,
Yeah.
and then can still work on your child. So what I'm gonna tell her is to move over. We getting plane tickets to come to Hungary, me and you.
Oh my God. Well, that's interesting. Or being a
Yeah.
mom would just be, it will be luxury there. It's just going to be less stressful, sincerely speaking.
Yes. Okay. So Nigeria. What is two
Okay.
pieces of advice that you would give to a new mom? Um, and it could be your medical opinion. It could be just your experience as being a mom.
Yeah, okay. The fourthly, I would say be patient with yourself. It's not it's not only you. I think it's not easy for everyone. So don't think it's just about you. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just be patient with yourself. When you think you're too stressed, just give yourself a break. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, okay, it's going to be over. It's just a phase, and it will be over soon. Yeah, there are times when we can stress ourselves by ourselves, when you're like, oh, you're stressing yourself for, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I haven't rested. A lot will just be going on in your mind. There's something called postpartum depression. So
Yeah.
that can really affect you a lot. So first be patient with yourself, then pray to God to give you the strength and the grace to be able to cope. Yeah. And one thing I would like to say is I think you should try to make sure you have people around you to help you. That's it will really go a long way than trying to do everything yourself. Just have people around you. It will reduce the risk of having postpartum depression when you have people around you to help you out. You have people around you encouraging you, like, okay, no problem, it's soon going to be over. You're not alone and all that. So that would be my advice. Be patient with yourself, have people around you. Then an additional thing, which is just pray to God. God will strengthen you. People did it and they passed through it. So you will definitely do it and you'll pass through it. So that's my advice.
Yeah. I love that, especially because sometimes we can take it on as if it's just us, forgetting that we have a whole
Yes,
God that loves us and will keep us. That's so well said. Thank you so much again, Christiana, for your time, your
thank you very much.
beauty, your grace, your wisdom. I salute you and
Thank
everything that
you.
you're doing. I so admire you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I saw your
Uh,
page. I'm like, wow, okay, this is interesting. I think,
right?
and I was like, would you, if you're interested, let me know. When I went to your page, like, oh, of course, I'll be interested. You're really doing a great job. So yeah, like, of course, I won't even think about it. So
Oh,
continue
thank
with the good work you're doing. It's really lovely.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, God is amazing. I would love to think that I thought of it on my own, but I was just sitting in there, and he's like, do a month of mothers, highlight mothers that do it every day, that are in it, you know, because sometimes we can look on TV and we can look at celebrities and oh, da da da. I'm like, sometimes that's not the reality of motherhood.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so just glory to God. Glory to him. So thank you again so much. Like we always say, you guys have a wonderful day on purpose. Bye.
All right. Bye.